Okay, I just started the stream. I don't think anyone is in here except for me, which is fine because I need to get warmed up. And by that I mean I need to start like practicing how to talk to people. It's not that I haven't done that all day, it's just that I haven't done that in a context like this all day. So, just gonna drink some tea. Time to lock in. I don't know how many people we'll have today too, which is okay. I'm like feeling like a short stream might be the vibe because I'm really tired. Um I it's not like I had a long day at work per se, but like I just felt like work took a lot longer than normal and it was like draining in the way that it was like really boring. And so I kind of want to go outside and go for a walk while it's still while there's still daylight and stuff. So, yeah. So I'm just gonna keep working on this until I get bored, to be honest. And then I am going to dip. Um, yeah. One thing I decided that I think it would be cool to do, and I already looked into like the copyright policies on this, so it's not gonna be exactly what I wanted. But what I wanted to do, um, is like read essays or books or things that I think have been kind of like important educational, maybe literature, just stuff that I've been reading, stuff that I've been into, stuff that I think is like important and should be passed on. I was hoping to like do some of that, just like the classics, like mental health stuff as well as like sociology stuff, culture, history, things like that. And I was gonna like go to the library and just like get a book and then post a video of me that I had already made and filmed of just like drawing for a really long time. And then I would like do like a story, but it would be a story that I didn't write. So, anyways, I have to find books that are in public domain for that, which shouldn't be hard, but I haven't read a lot of books that are in that category, to be honest. So, I don't really know what that's going to look like. I think what I might do is I might just like keep reading the books that interest me and then maybe write an essay and then read the essay because I want to share more of my drawing process. It's a little bit hard to have it. I mean, with drawings like this, where it's all very abstract, and I mean, they're all abstract, but like, there's really not a lot of planning that's going to be happening for the rest of this drawing, for the duration of this. And um, it's like easy to talk in this setting. But, like, for the drawings that are taking a little bit more brain power to complete, I think it would just be nice to have something over the top, like some I mean, 'cause since I'm not able to, like, talk while I do that, you know what I mean? I don't know. That's okay. Yeah, so I'm just kind of, like, brainstorming different things right now. It's kind of a weird thing to be part of this world after I don't know. It's not like I watched a ton of streamers and watched a ton of people on YouTube and stuff prior to this. There's like a few, maybe I would say even like 2 or 3 total over the years that I've kind of like just vibed with and kind of just like go back and I'll always watch what they post, but like I'm not like a huge consumer on here. And so stepping into a role of like creating and posting and streaming, I don't know, it's just really it's kind of a trip for me. It's been it's been hard. It's been kind of like a good exercise. I've learned a lot. I've also remained stupid in a lot of ways. So we'll see what happens with this. I don't know. It's been fun. It's been really I think like the most rewarding part of it so far has been um connecting with other artists. And not only that, but like people who want to do more art. So, yes, still artists. That I would still define that as an artist. But yeah, connecting with them about that and just I don't know, just like the communication that happens between creative people, I think is just like kind of special. And the where I'm from, there's just not always a lot of opportunity for that kind of collaboration. So for me, I'm hungry for it, and every time it happens, it feels really good. So yeah. So the story for this drawing, um, there is a story actually. So I'll tell that story. I love music, which is like honestly the most NPC thing you could probably say. But it's true, I do. And I've been getting into a little bit more of the classics. Um, like I think for a long time my blind spots were anything from the 90s really, especially R&B and hip hop. But within the last few years I've started to get way more into it. And it kind of started simple. Like I think I just started with like a Tribe Called Quest, and then I was kind of into that like jazz, kind of jazzy, like the sampling. Like now I'm thinking of De La Soul and Diggable Planets and who else? Just kind of like if I don't know if someone could like help me define that, that would be great. But like it's like hip hop and it's 90s and I don't know, there's like jazz elements. It's not necessarily like super hardcore or intense, like, you could get away with, like, playing it with your mom around, I think. Well, my mom anyways, she's she's, like, a little bit sensitive to that kinda thing, so, I started getting into, like, more of the, like, I guess, the more famous stuff, like, and I think that started because I don't know, I just really like the history of it all, so, anyways, I watched the documentary, for Notorious B.I.G., and it was called I think it was called, like, I've Got a Story to Tell, I think. I don't remember if it was on Netflix or something, but I really enjoyed it. That's kind of one of my favorite things to do. I mean, like, favorite types of movies is, like, movies about musicians, I think. So, like, a documentary about a live person is, I don't know, just it's kind of, like, right up my alley, so anyways, I learned a lot about him and his life, his career, his impact on the music industry. And while I was like talking on the phone later with one of my friends, I couldn't get the song Juicy out of my head. And so I started drawing this, and then I was like going to hide the words in it. And so you can kind of see, I guess I'll turn it, but I'm trying to be careful not to knock the camera over. But well, I'm not going to turn it too much because my setup's sort of janky right now. But maybe you could turn your head and use your imagination. But it says, "It was all a dream." So yeah, this is a continuation of that and inspired by the song by Notorious B.I.G. And yeah, and I am like literally like 30 years late to this party, but I'm here. I'm here and I'm gonna make the rounds. So yeah. Howdy, I dig your art. Hey, thank you so much. I don't know what time it is. I don't know how long that's been there. I've I've just been locked in. So, hey, thanks for coming in. And yeah, thanks for the compliment. Um yeah, I feel like people have been really liking when I do colored pencil lately. And so, yeah, I don't know. I like it too, and I think it's like a lot more like maybe like more expressive, and it's not too messy. So it's like For me, like, I love it when I can just, like, kinda start something and then walk away from it and then come back whenever I feel like it, so but I do feel like colored pencil can be kind of, not looked down on per se, but, like, I don't know, like, you don't really associate colored pencil with fine art. I mean, you kind of associate it with, like, grade school art class a little bit more. Not to say that they like, you can't make fine art out of colored pencil, of course. Um, but, like, I don't know, when I think of fine art, I think of oil paintings and, like, sculptures and stuff like that. So but, I love using my colored pencils. I spent, like, a lot of money on literally, just the whole collection, so I'm gonna use them, and I don't care if somebody thinks I'm elementary or, like, pedestrian or basic or whatever, like, I don't have time to care. I seriously don't, so okay. I need to sharpen these. So, yeah, let's see, there's 2 people here. One of them is me on my computer, so I can read what people are saying. The other person, I don't wanna put you on the spot, but if you wanna be put on the spot, like, you can feel free to answer this question. Have you seen any good movies or TV shows lately? I am going to go see Backrooms on Tuesday, so just a couple days, and I'm really excited. I finally have, like, a couple of my friends, like, I finally convinced them to come with me because they're not into scary movies at all, and it's not like I super am, but, in terms of I don't know, I it's just like I always end up going to these things alone, and so I'm excited that I don't have to do that, and, I'm sure they'll be feeling a little bit regret when the day comes and everyone's, like, really on edge, but, I think it'll be good. I've heard a lot of good things about it. You're gonna watch Obsession. Oh, that's on my list too. I I think I'm gonna try to watch that this week as well. Because I've had like 3 people independently mention it. I guess you're number 4 now. But like, yeah, I don't know. Any movie that's like being talked about enough like that, to me, like that's a movie worth seeing, like for the value of just being able to talk about it, you know? It does I don't re doesn't matter if it's good or bad, but, like, people are talking about it. I wanna be part of the conversation, you know? So, I'm excited for that. I did just see I think since the last time I was here, I saw I Love Boosters, and it was, like, so good. I loved it so much. It was really crazy. Um, it makes me I think, like okay, I really tried to see the other movie that this director came out with. It's called Sorry to Bother You. I really tried to see that before I saw I Love Boosters, but I couldn't find a way to rent it or stream it. I don't know. So I don't know where it is. Hopefully somewhere it becomes available. Like I think that I don't know. I think I had to like there's some streaming platform that I would have had to sign up for. I don't want to have subscriptions at all. So I don't know. But yeah, I would love to see that one. I Love Boosters was so good though. It was, like, so absurd and so surreal and over the top and funny at a lot of moments and kind of and super real in a lot of moments, and I don't know, I just feel like it, like, really executed the vision. I felt like I got it, you know? So, I love it when that happens because too many times I've left movies, like, pretending like, "Oh, yeah, that was really good. I loved it when they, and then you just say things to sound smart. But this one, it was like, okay, I got it. Like, I can see all the parallels, I can see all the connections, I can see the overarching themes here. It's good, so yeah. It's, it's in theaters right now. It came out May 20 something. May yeah. So, I did just see it in the theater a couple days after it came out, and yeah, it was super good. It was super good. I'm kind of a I don't know if I've made this abundantly clear yet, but, like, I'm really into movies, so, yeah. I'm always down for a suggestion or recommendation, for movies or actors or directors. Yeah, so I think okay, so I'm getting kinda close here with the blue. I think I need to do some blending, like, I don't want it to just be blue and then red. So, like, if you can see in some of these lines, I've done this is a mulberry, and then it kinda turned into the permaviolet, and then the regular violet, and then ultramarine, and then cerulean. So, I'm think I'm gonna try to, like, make a gradation? Somebody needs to check me on that because I think it would be cool if it just sort of blended together. And I tend to, like, forget what I'm doing when I'm when I'm talking, which is why I think streaming will be continue to be a challenge for me. So, that's okay. All right, what else is going on this week? So on Monday I worked. I don't remember the last time I streamed. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it maybe Wednesday. No, it doesn't matter. But like I worked on Monday and then took the day off Tuesday. So it must have been Tuesday. And then Wednesday me and my brother went and did like a big like cleanup project at an abandoned house, which was really difficult and exhausting, but it was kind of fun also. And it was fun to hang out with him. And yeah, that took 2 days. And then I went back to work on Friday. And my work week is Friday through Monday. So I've just been working since. And yeah, today was good though. And the I what I like about working weekends is that um like most people don't work weekends. And that can easily be like a bad thing, but in a way it's good because like people are down to hang out in the middle of the week, which I feel like is rare, you know? And I'm always down to do something. Um I love it when my friends are like spontaneous and they want to do something random. But like it doesn't happen that often in the middle of the week, which is fine cuz like then I have those days off and then I kind of go do whatever I want, but then on the weekends like everyone else is like having plans and like throwing barbecues and stuff and it's just like, yeah, I'll pop by after work. And so for me, I enjoy that. But I do kind of get tired of working weekends because everybody has their, birthday parties and weddings and baby showers and stuff like that on the weekends. And I always have to like literally take time off and, or like switch schedules. So it can be a little bit challenging too. But, I feel like everything is just constantly a little bit challenging. So, but yeah. Hey, I see there's another person here. How are you? How are the vibes today? It was pouring rain where I live today, but now it's all dry. Well, not dry, but like it's clear. Raindrops are not falling anymore, but it's like a really nice temperature and it's still overcast. So, yeah, it's just like a really nice like after storm feeling. So, Okay, I'm not sure about this dark purple yet. So, excuse me, I'm going to dig out my Parma Violet color and it's going to be like a little bit loud. So, I know I have it. I think I'm gaslighting myself right now. Oh, I found it. Okay, cool. All right, but it's like a brand new one. So, I don't know about other people's is like drawing habits, but I hate breaking into new stuff when I know I have other stuff that is around. I just can't find it. So I'm just gonna have to put our differences aside here and just go for it. But yeah, has anyone read any good books lately? Because I have kind of been on a reading kick and I'm always looking for recommendations. I love hearing about people's favorite books and why they are their favorites. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. I would love to know. The last book I read was, let's see. Well, right now I am reading this nonfiction book called Fear in Art. And I know that's kind of like basic for like a person making art and doing art. They're like, oh yeah, I read books about art too. But also, I don't know, it's just been nice to like look at it from, I guess, a more research backed point of view. Because I feel like the whole process of being creative and making art, making music, staying creative and stuff is just really it's hard. Well, it's hard, but it's also easy to get overwhelmed and like the imposter syndrome comes knocking quite often. So that's kind of what I've just been working on is just like, okay, I don't need to be an expert on everything. I don't even need to be an expert on one thing. I just need to, keep working and have fun and like not give up and, stuff like that. So the book I was reading was Art and Fear. And if you want, I can look up the author for that. But then the other book I just finished was called Feminism is for Everybody, and it's by Bell Hooks. And if you haven't read anything by Bell Hooks, I highly recommend her writing. She is, I don't know, she just has such a way for me of like reaching people and like her words that she uses are, how can I say this? I feel like she simply communicates kind of complicated feelings and points. And so I really enjoy her reading because it's not or her writing, excuse me. I enjoy reading her writing because it's just really it's intellectual, but like it isn't like I have to stop and reread that like 5 times, you know? And I feel like that was one of the reasons why I have avoided nonfiction books for so long is because I just like hate feeling stupid. And so and some of them just like have a way of making you feel stupid. But I enjoy Bell Hooks. I think she has or she passed away, I think. Oh, my dogs are like at the window. They're gonna start whining. Okay, I might have to take a break and go let them in. So that might be silly. Audio version of Misery by Stephen King. Ooh, spooky. How is that? I've only really read a few Stephen King books, to be honest. Um, and I think I might revisit Misery. That's one I haven't even heard of before. I've only read what's the hotel one? The Shining. That's the only Stephen King I've read. I have a friend who is super into, I guess, mystery, detective. I guess it's spooky. Can you call that spooky? I think it can be. And yeah, just like murder, mystery, that kind of thing. Who did this crime? Who committed this crime? She always recommends me books like that. And I don't know, I can't I'm not always into that. So I don't know. So I feel like it's I don't know why. I feel like it's because I get frustrated because I never can predict the ending. So yeah, which is like such a lame way, a lame reason to not read something is because like you get frustrated by it. But in my case, that's a little bit true. I think the last mystery book or like scary-ish book, I don't know what, like a suspenseful drama type book genre was, I think it was called The Girl on the Train. I think that's a pretty famous book now. Um I also definitely read it while it was famous, but I don't think it was totally on my radar that it was. So not trying to be like, "Oh yeah, I was here first." I just kind of I was here first. I'm a hipster, you know, not a hipster. But I don't know, I just feel like, I just have been really enjoying nonfiction reading. It's because I can count it for my some of my, hours for grad school too, and I also get to learn, and then I get to have things to, like, talk to people about. You're enjoying it so far, the vibes are tense, and it keeps ramping up the ante. Nice. I should take a look into that. I feel like with Stephen King, um, I don't even know how many books he's ever written. It's gotta be, like, in the hundreds by now. That could also just be, like, extremely incorrect, but I also feel like he has so many movie adaptations as well, which is I don't know, I just feel like that is just crazy impressive. I have seen It. I will say that. I've seen It. Just the first one, or not even the first one, but, like, the remake, the first remake. He's a machine for real. Yeah. I used to follow him on Twitter for some reason back when I had Twitter, like, in 2021. I feel like he just would, like, say these hot topics, and I'd be like, "Yeah, Stephen King, you tell him." So, yeah, but, like, it's crazy to, like, can you think of, oh my god, how I don't know, I just think it'd be, like, impressive, like, and I just don't think you would do that much editing if you're cranking them out at a rate that high, like, you must just be going, like, storytelling and, like, just writing down what comes to mind. And because I feel like with most people, with most writers, they do so many revisions and stuff, so, yeah, I don't know, it's a mystery. Okay, we're at 30 minutes, that's good. I'm gonna go a little longer, maybe some other folks will join. If not, that's okay. I knew it was just gonna be kind of like a chill day 'cause it is a Sunday night. This was really last minute, and I did mean to go earlier this week, but to be honest, I've just been, like, kinda crazy busy, which is not super typical for me, but I think it's important to make time, build community. It's fun to film my process, and, also, like, I need more stuff on my channel too. It can't just all be shorts. It can't just all be shorts. So, let's see. So, I don't know where you guys are from, but I'm from the US, as you can hear in my northern accent. But our primary elections are happening on Tuesday. So I hope we get our people to come out and vote. But I think after that, I'm going to plan a garbage cleanup for one of the parks, just to kind of like keep people together. Cause like, I don't know, our political climate's just a little bit uncomfortable for everybody, I think. I don't think there's anybody who's really like satisfied with anything that's happening. And I don't really want to talk about politics right now. I just kind of want to keep it general. But anyways, like I to kind of offset some of the anxiety I've been having from, all the turmoil and just honestly active trauma causing, situations we've all been exposed to in one way or the other. I've been kind of hosting these community discussion groups. So me and some friends or friends of friends will get together once a month and we'll like talk about like we'll kind of just like process the things we've been seeing in the news and like how frustrating it is to participate in this life in this day and age, and but like how we also talk about like good things too and like different ways we can help and different ways we can volunteer. So but this like upcoming month, I think I just want to do something. I don't think a lot of people will come because it's like summertime now and everyone kind of just I feel like people just get busy in the summer, which is okay. So I want to do something chill. That'll be good. Okay, pause for a sec. Okay. So yeah, garbage cleanup. Oh, my dog. She's inside, but she wants to be with me, and I love her so much. So I will go be with her soon. Right now is I think it needs to be quiet though. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. I don't know if I like it. I'm gonna still work on it, but the colors just aren't really blending the way I had in my head. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna keep going until we're done. But I'm just like I'm already knowing like uh this is just another practice, I guess. I always try to stay positive, but that's not always the situation. So yeah, I mean like I don't have a plan per se of like what exactly the shapes of the lines and forms will do, but I did kind of go into this thinking about what I wanted the colors to be like. And then I changed my mind a little bit. But now I'm still going with that like general plan and it's not what is it? It's just like it's not quite there, but it's also like I know it's not so bad I need to like get rid of it, but it just doesn't feel like something I'm going to be like super, stoked about when it's said and done. Just trying to make sure I don't go off camera. But yeah, music. What music have y'all been into lately? I know there's like a lot of new releases around the corner, I think this summer. Of like big pop stars and stuff too. So there's kind of a lot to talk about in the music realm. I mean, there always is, but right now even more so. I didn't really listen to anything new today. I just kind of returned to some old favorites. I listened to a few albums at work. Let's see. The album Champagne Coast is on is called Coastal Grooves by Blood Orange. Um, that's a wonderful album. So good. And like I replayed it and I had to go to the grocery store to pick something up and like I was just looking at soap and things and like it had that guitar riff play in Champagne Coast and it was just like blissful. It's just such a good song. And I saw that song live a couple weekends ago when we saw Blood Orange. Oh my god, I'm different. I'm a different person. Yeah, enjoying the process. I think that's something that I am, yeah, actively trying to not make myself do because you can't make yourself enjoy something, but like keep in mind, I suppose. So this process has been enjoyable. The product will be the product. And a quote from the book that I'm reading right now, it said something like, I'll just paraphrase. It said something like most people will only care about the outcome, but like for the artist, it's the process that's the most important part. And I think that was just like a little bit of truth that I tend to forget. It's about the process, it's about trying new things, it's about, I don't know, testing, just, I guess, just testing things out and stuff like that. But yeah, so I listened to Coastal Grooves by Blood Orange. We did Mezzanine by Massive Attack. That was kind of an interesting vibe for the day I was having. So, I don't know if you guys, I should probably say folks. I think that's more gender inclusive, but I don't know if you folks have like listened to Massive Attack at all, but I don't know, they're really cool, really different and I just like really respect it and yeah. So, but like for Mezzanine specifically, that album is like, for me, it's just, it feels like a movie, to be honest. It feels really like it just curates such a strong feeling of like, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just so moody and edgy and dark. And like, I think it came out in 1997, 1998. I could be wrong. I often am. So yeah, but like it's just, I don't know. For me, like when I heard the first song I heard from that album was called Black Milk. And yeah, I'm familiar. Can you recommend a song by Massive Attack? Yeah, I think Teardrops is one of their most popular songs, but that's on the Mezzanine album. It has Elizabeth Fraser from, she is from, I'm probably gonna mispronounce this because I've never said it out loud before, but Cocteau Twins. She's from Cocteau Twins. Um, yeah, but Black Milk was the very first Massive Attack song I've ever heard. So it's just like a cool album too. Like the cover is like a stag beetle kind of, and it just like looks really gnarly. And but my favorite song I think by Massive Attack is called Blue Lines, and it's on their earlier album. Yeah, it's definitely like, I feel like it's a good one to drop if you want to like impress people who like music. And that's kind of what I'm doing here. So yeah. So yeah, we listened to Mezzanine and then I also went back and listened to Big Thief again. Big Thief is one of my favorite bands, and I don't know, it's just like I they just get in the nooks and crannies of my soul. They just do, and so everything they make, I just really enjoy. Oh, Big Thief! You love Big Thief? Yes, we could talk about Big Thief. Okay, yeah. So I listened to Two Hands, which was their 2019 album, and also Masterpiece, um, which was I think 2015. But yeah, oh my god, I love Big Thief. I am seeing them in October. I bought tickets for two different shows. I am so excited. I've never seen them. But yeah. So yeah, what did you think about their new album, Double Infinity, if you've heard it or not? I think it came out last summer. Oh yeah, you should go if you can. They're doing a whole tour. I think they're going all around. Oh, I guess I don't know where you live, and you don't have to clarify. But if you are nearby a tour date and it is accessible, I hope you go because in my advanced years, I'm not that old, but like one thing I've learned is that I never ever ever regret spending money on a concert. I mean, food, yes. Clothes, yes. Makeup, hair stuff, skincare stuff, all that stuff. Yes, I've regretted spending money on it. But like concerts, even the bad concerts, I don't regret spending money. It's just you gotta just do it if you can, when you can. And I live in a kind of rural part of the country, so I have to travel to the concerts that I want to see. Usually, which is okay. I'm just kind of used to it now. But that has made me able to kind of like prioritize the shows I want to see. But even when I lived in Tokyo, like I I was so broke and like I couldn't really like afford to go see the shows cuz like we'd have I mean as far as the musicians that I really liked, the Japanese musicians I liked were kind of older and most of them were retired or had like passed away or just inactive. And so but like Tyler the Creator came through and like that was one show that like I would have liked to see, but I just was too broke. Way too broke. So South Africa. Yeah. Oh, cool. South Africa. Yeah, I feel like I never see South African cities on those like tour tour lists. I feel like whenever artists are like international tour, it's like, you know, a few places in Europe and then also Japan, you know? It's like it's not really that international, but okay. Okay. Technically, I've always wanted to visit South Africa too. There were a couple girls in my teaching company from South Africa and they were I think they were both from is it Johannesburg? I think that's what how it's pronounced, but correct me if I'm wrong. Please do always. I always want to know the right answer if I don't know it. But they were just like so funny and lovely and adorable. So I just the only people I know from South Africa I really liked. So oh, slay. Okay. It just seems like it has some interesting history. Um, and yeah, that's it's like a total blind spot for me. So it'd be really cool to visit. Yeah. Do you have any like local bands that come through or smaller acts maybe? I can't really think of any South African musicians off the top of my head. That's another blind spot for me. I think I know I've recently started kind of like branching into like Australian and New Zealand musicians. And that's been fun, but like I'm just scratching the tip of the iceberg when it comes to like really international musicians. So yeah, I don't know. I always love getting my horizons broadened though. So if you ever have any recommendations or suggestions, I'm always listening. Not always in a normal way. Don't worry. Don't worry, I'm not surveilling you. Smaller rock and punk bands. Oh, good. Yeah. I feel like in the rural areas where like because this is true where I live too. Where not a lot of like big acts come through, punk thrives there. Because like eventually the kids are just like, we got to do it ourselves. And so I think that's one benefit. But it still can be hard, especially when you want to see, especially when there's musicians that you love, and you just can't. There's really no way to see them. Also, I don't know if this has been made clear, or people have just like put the pieces together, but I am drawing upside down right now. Um I thought it would probably force me to do some different patterns and lines than I usually do. Not that I intentionally really, form the patterns, but like I feel like going upside down is just like a good way to loosen up. So that's what I'm doing right now. I think what we need is probably some more purple. I'm going to take a sip of water. Okay. Probably maybe 10 to 15 minutes left, and then I'm going to go do something else. Sometimes you try drawing with your non-dominant hand. That's a good idea. I feel like I don't know, I feel like that could be just like a really good exercise. Sometimes when I do pottery, so the orientation in which the wheel turns, it can be changed. And I'm right-handed, so the way it goes is clockwise for me. But every now and then, like switching it to counterclockwise, it just kind of like forces you to like forego your muscle memory and just like get more actively thinking about like where your hands are, where your body's positioned, and it can be really good. Like in general, it just feels really good to kind of just embrace the playfulness of making stuff. So yeah, maybe I should do that. Maybe I'll switch to left hand. Oh my god, I'm so scared. Okay. I think this is gonna take a lot longer. Also, I don't know about anyone, but since I'm a right-handed person, I just feel like left-handed people are always cooler. Let me know if that's true. Let me know if you're cooler if you're left-handed. Maybe you're right-handed and you're cooler. That's also information I'd be interested in. And some people are ambidextrous. Although like the only person I met who claimed to be ambidextrous was a liar, so I don't know. Prove me wrong. I'm not saying I'm not making broad sweeping assumptions about people based on which hands they use for things, but that person the person was a liar, so wow. It's just my hand. Okay, I need to stop doing this because it's just in focus of my very slow moving hand. Okay, that's fine. What else did I listen to today? So I don't know if anybody likes Isaiah Rashad, but he has this new album out that I've been really liking. It's called It's Been Awful. Um I think it's really good. Disclaimer, I haven't listened to any of his other albums in their entirety. I've just kind of listened to songs. So I can't really make any, intelligent comparisons right now, but he does have some really like I think beautiful and kind of sad, kind of sweet, bittersweet, I would say, um, themes. And he has a song with Dominic Fike. I think it's called Camera or Cameras. I don't recall at this exact moment, but it's just really good. I don't know, it's really sweet. And yeah. And then he also like collabs with SZA a lot. So maybe, yeah. Hey, thank you. I was just a little bit earlier, I was just kind of like complaining about how it wasn't matching the picture I had in my mind, but I'm just kind of slowing down right now and trying to make it blend a little bit smoother. So, thank you. I'm glad you like it. I was just yapping about music. I always be doing that. So yeah, Isaiah Rashad, he has that album out. JPEG Mafia came out with a new album recently too, and people are not liking it. Um, I've heard nothing but like bad things about it. But I've listened to it a ton, and it's not my favorite, but I still think it's cool, you know? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. They can be kind of finicky. But not to plug Prismacolor, but I do really enjoy Prismacolor pencils. I think they're just they're so easy to use for me, so yeah. Rock and K-pop. New Peggy album. Yeah, you like it? I'm glad you listened to it. I feel like I'm kind of alone. Like I feel like compared to his other stuff, maybe it doesn't shine the brightest, but there are a few tracks on it that I can't stop playing. And I feel like he had a statement about it recently. He was just like, "Yeah, I didn't let anybody listen to it until it was done." And even then, like, I just didn't want it to be changed or any bias or anything. He just like worked on it pretty much himself. I think someone mastered it, which I don't exactly know what that means. So for me, I think that's artistically very courageous, and the product is the product, and like it doesn't really matter like if people see what's beautiful is like I don't think it matters that people like it or not or whatever. Like it does the point is not to be liked. That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, okay. Yeah, I hope you have fun with the Prismacolor. I've been using them since I was like 13. Not like this, but yeah, but yeah, I like the new Peggy album. There are a few tracks where I'm just like, okay, this one isn't for me. But in general, I enjoy almost all the music I listen to it because it's valuable for different reasons, and it's just like I don't know, like it's just you can always get something out of it. So okay, for rock and K-pop, I actually don't listen to K-pop like at all, but my friend who used to live in Korea, she loves K-pop, so I always associate her with K-pop, and I like my friend, so therefore I do like K-pop. Did you like my math? That's girl math. Yeah. And rock. Okay. And this is something I've said before in other streams, but we're having a rock revival. There's gonna be a lot of rock albums coming out, I think, in the next few years by artists who aren't like, specifically rock artists. And I think the biggest example we have of that is Charlie XCX. She's having um rock music come out. And I think she even has a song that's called like rock song or rock music, I guess. But I just got into it because I spontaneously to go to a BTS concert. Wow. Papa Roach. Slay. Cut my life into pieces. I don't know if that's Papa Roach, but that's what I associate. I think no, tear my heart open. It's that one, right? I don't know the other one. That's what I associate with Papa Roach though, is like that kind of brand of like early to mid 2000s like I'm angry and everything hurts, so slay. Okay, good. I passed the test. I'm so glad. But yeah, rock is having a moment, and I think it's just getting bigger. You know how, like, it's been nothing but, like, kind of recession pop as of late? I think rock is coming back too. And not that it ever left, but I think it's just kind of gonna be, like, upheld in the mainstream a little bit more. Also Vincent Staples? Ooh, I don't remember. Um, he's, like he does, like, rap and, like, hip hop and things like that, but he has a rock album coming out, and I think it's gonna be very political, and I'm really excited for it. I think it'll be good. So, that's another example I can think of off the top of my head. Yeah. Yeah, I think, like, pop has just been kinda dominating, but, I mean, Miley Cyrus even well, this was a few years ago, but she had a rock album that came out, and I don't think it was, like, necessarily what people wanted in the moment, but I could even see that kind of gaining some more momentum, because she's got a great voice for rock music, I think. But I think it was called Plastic Hearts. It was, like, pink, I think. But, yeah, I love rock music, but, I don't know, lately it's just been kind of I love the experimental, alternative, weird stuff, so, um, that's kind of been capturing my attention. Oh, Geese! Dude, I love Geese. Geese is so good. I listened to a few of their songs today. They just kinda came up on shuffle, but, Na Nausicaa, that one. I love that one, and I don't know if the geese, I don't know if the geese wrote it about, Nausicaa from, Studio Ghibli, but I like to think that they did. I mean, I don't know what other word that could possibly be associated with, so or what other thing that word could possibly be associated with. Wow, I am talking too fast, I can't form my thoughts very well. Hey, well, thank you for coming and saying hi anyways. I think it's great, and I appreciate it. Oh, thank you. Thank you for complimenting my taste. I feel like music is, like, the only thing I care about sometimes, so, yeah. No, Getting Killed is an excellent album, and the first song okay, I'm trying to remember. I think JPEG Mafia is actually, like no, it's not JPEG Mafia. Oh, what am I trying to say right now? Um, there's like a cameo on the first song of that album and by somebody that we might have talked about before. I don't think it's JPEG Mafia, but I could be wrong because I think I'm getting my memories mixed up. So yeah, but like it is. Oh yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you. I'm so glad I remembered that correctly. Yeah, he's just like screaming in the background or something, which is awesome. Like imagine being, like 23 and you and your friends are in a band and then you're just like, I need someone to scream on my song. Let me contact one of the goats, and he just does it. It's just crazy. Such a wild crossover, absolutely. And like crossover in the chat too, like that's awesome. I love it when that happens. Full circle moments. But I haven't talked about my favorite quite yet because like all of these new musicians, not new musicians, but like new music from current musicians are very exciting and amazing, but um Dijon. Dijon is my personal favorite, I think, right now. And I have many reasons and I don't really need to explain them all, but I just love him. I love him so much. All of his songs are just interesting and heartfelt, and I don't know, you just feel the soul in it, you know? And you can feel the authenticity, and he's not trying to be anybody else, and I just love it. I just love it when artists do that, and I love it when they do it and they're able to execute it well. So Dijon is my number 1. Um, yeah. Oh, you have to go. Thank you. Thanks for coming by and thanks for contributing with the chat. It was fun. Yeah, enjoy Papa Roach for me. Enjoy all of your time from here on out. Thank you for coming in. Oh my god, your best friend is right. Dijon is so good. Do you like McGee? I know everyone always ties them together, and it's because they do have a lot of stuff together. But Dijon is oh, just so good. You like McGee? Okay, cool. So on Dijon's first album, it's called Absolutely. He I believe like McGee is like he's like in and out. He was like super heavily involved in creating that album with him, and I think they're good friends. So and you can hear McGee's guitar and like his singing throughout that album too. So yeah, and Absolutely is just so good. Baby is the new one that came out last summer. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. I've seen Dijon live. I did have to drive 500 miles to do so, but it was worth it. It was worth it. Um, what other musicians have been Oh, Chanel Beats. Chanel Beats are super good, and I think they're gonna have, like, a big moment. I think they're gonna I hope that they get the recognition that they deserve. I absolutely hate it when people are like they find musicians that they like, but, oh, yeah. Sorry, I just Jeru just went off talking and then reading. Yeah, that one's really good, and it's not let me see, like, it's not gonna be, like, the same sound per se, but, like, for me personally, it's cool when I find other musicians involved with, like, other musicians, you know? Think people that I like and then, like, I hear them. I don't know, just, like, for me, that's really exciting, and so maybe this is something you like, and I think you might like if you like the Dream Police album, then I think Baby might be, like, better, a better fit, but I think Absolutely is still worth it. Absolutely it is. Chanel Beats, I was talking about Chanel Beats, though, they're cool too. If you like McGee, maybe you'd like Chanel Beats because they do kind of, like I feel like the lead singer, he's got kind of a similar voice. It's not super similar, but, like, same same vibes. It's kind of like it's eclectic and it's, like, sort of abstracted in some ways. McGee just does, like, the coolest things with his guitar, I think, like, you're just like, "I didn't know I was listening to a guitar play right now," you know? Like and I guess the other band that I'm thinking of that's similar to McGee in certain sounds, of course, is, Doggone. Yeah. But, like, I don't know. I don't wanna overgeneralize and say they're similar, but, like, I do kind of, like one does remind me of the other, if you know what I mean, so yeah, I hope you do, or don't, like, just just have fun. I always love talking music, so don't feel like you have to, like, do homework or anything. Just have fun. Doggone music. Oh, it's spelled Doggone. That's probably why. Sorry, that's probably like a confusing thing to hear and not see written out. But they're good. Yeah. If anybody else has suggestions, let me have them. That's like the most fun part of my life right now is like discovering new music. Yeah. Another one I really like is Punching Bag. They blend like rap and rock and like it's back to the rock revival thing. There's more and more artists blending like hip hop and R&B elements with rock. And this isn't like a new thing, I don't think, but like it's new to me. So it's exciting to me. And Punching Bag is one of them, and I think they have like a really cool DIY sound, and I really like them. And they were on this album. It's like a collaborative album that like this I don't know if it's a studio or an organization or some sort of like I don't know, industry program. It's called Pigeons and Plans, I think. But they did like a collaborative album called See You Next Year 3. And Punching Bag has a track on that. It's called Pink. And it's so good. And I keep listening to it. It's just so good. And there's also a few other like kind of big names on there, like Samara Sin, I think, is on there. And Kenny Mason might be on there. He has a new album too. And it's pretty good. Oh my god, I could just I could just I should just have a podcast because like I cannot shut up about this, but yeah. Samarson, Kenny Mason. Oh, Igwe Aka, I think. Pause, let me look this up. Yeah, Igwe Aka. He is on that album, that collaborative album I'm talking about too. And his song is called Wake Up and Get Sexy, and it's so good. It's so fun. I keep like recommending it to people. It's gonna be on repeat this summer. A music and drawing podcast? Dang, maybe that's what I should do. Maybe that's the thing I should do. Oh my god. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be seeing you here, Sad Tape. Remind me of like a name you would prefer to be called. Is it Oh, I don't want to guess because I don't want to get it wrong. But I have a name in my mind. Yeah, we were just talking about music like crazy. But thank you. This is the drawing that I drew. I started a couple days ago. Um and it's got the secret message in it. It's not really that secret of a message, but it says it was all a dream. And you might have to turn your head to see it. Turn it a little bit. But yeah, it's the first like lyrics after the ad-libbing in that song Juicy by Notorious B.I.G. So, okay, cool. I guess I'll just continue like Nathan. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay. Welcome. I'm glad that you're here. Although I do feel kind of like I have like a famous person just walked in my room and now I'm like a little nervous. So, I'll try to be normal and not too weird. But yeah. But yeah, I was just talking about this like really interesting artist. His name is Igwe Aka, and he is I don't know, he's just really cool. He's like Nigerian and American, and he's been releasing some absolutely fire singles. So the one I was talking about is called Wake Up and Get Sexy, but the other one I like is called Tony on the Radio. and it's like I don't know, I just yeah, just really good. And we've been going over music and mostly me just like just talking like crazy about the stuff I'm listening to. So yeah, I think I think I need to put the blue down and do more purple. Masquerade. Oh, cool. No, I haven't heard of that. Is okay, I'm gonna look that up. Yeah, no. I used to love, the regular I Spy books when I was little, and so I do kind of like keep those in mind sometimes when I draw. But that sounds like it's right up my alley, so I'll definitely check it out. And if you want music recs, um, I might have too many for you. I don't really know when to dial it in. Yeah. So thank you. I'm so glad. It's kind of a simple, like, analogous color scheme, but it's just like I love this pencil. It's the I think it's called Crimson Lake, although I've worn out the lettering on it. I think this is like just my favorite colored pencil in general, and then mostly cerulean blue. Um, yeah, and then the in between colors are just kind of different violets, and this one's mulberry. So yeah, if you were to add a fourth color, what would it be? Just to pick your brain. Let me think about that. I think like something that would contrast kind of like in a crazy way would be kind of cool. Like maybe I would do like a super saturated cerulean blue as like a background and like block in some of these shapes. That could be cool. Or like, ooh, actually no, like an ultramarine I think would be a little bit more impactful. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll go through with that actually. But yeah. Yeah, we're just I'm trying to think of other like new releases that have come out that we haven't talked about yet. One of my favorite albums of the year is called Heaven Ain't Sold by Choker. And I've never met anybody in real life who also likes Choker. So that's my kind of niche recommendation. Although he's not that small, he's been active for years, but I just feel like he hasn't gotten a ton of recognition for his work. So um I absolutely love his music. I think it's so heartfelt and interesting and creative and buzzwords. So yeah, that's been my favorite release this year. Oh, actually, another one. Pause. Genesis Owusu. Owusu. Yeah. Okay. Another like album that came out recently that wasn't really on my radar until I saw that it was out. It's called Pirate Radio, I think. Now I'm like, oh, Red Star Woo and the Worldwide Scourge. But the first track is called Pirate Radio. And that is I think it's a fun album. It's kind of got some interesting like synth pop blended with rock elements. Um, it kind of reminds me, and he also has some really strong like narrative themes, and he doesn't and like he actually uses his music to talk about like specific political and I feel like societal issues, which I just like really appreciate it when artists do that because I really get tired of hearing about partying and being rich, not gonna lie. So I think he's cool. Oh, hey, yeah, you know him. Yeah, I hadn't even like I haven't really even like scratched the surface, but like um I just like I feel like the cover art of that album is super impactful to me. It's like it's got that big red star and like somebody on a horse, and it's just like the colors that I am always drawn to. And so I think that's why like when I saw that it was coming out, I was like, "Oh, I kind of want to listen to that." You know how sometimes a book in a bookstore just grabs your attention. That's kind of what happened. So I do like it. I think oh, another album that I've been listening to this week is Wolfgang Amadeus Phoenix by Phoenix. And it came out in 2009 and it's old, but I rented it, not rented it. I checked it out at my public library when I was like 13 and I put it on my iPod. And so, but I lost my iPod years ago and I haven't really listened to it since, but it's so good. It's just so summer. So that's a really good pick me up album. And it's actually pretty short too. I think it's only like 9 tracks. But okay, here's a deep cut. It's not a deep cut, but it's like a heavy rotation for me, and it's sort of a deep cut if you know me in real life, which you don't. So there was no point in saying that. But one of my favorite albums, period, of all time. It's by a band. They have a swear word in their name, so I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but I will spell it out for you. STRFKR. And they have this album called The Miracle Mile, and I think it's my 10 out of 10 album. It's just it's so good. It's indie pop. Nah, I wouldn't even call it pop, but like there's so many cool like movements in it. Like there's a lot of electronic, but then there's a lot of like cool vocals. I don't even know how to I need to like practice explaining music to people if I'm gonna be talking about it like crazy. But yeah. Everything you've mentioned except Phoenix is new to me, which is exciting, though I haven't really listened to the album. Oh, cool. Well, yeah, I'm glad to hear that. I really enjoy kind of like getting deep into like the not undiscovered, but like maybe lesser known stuff. I really enjoy that. That's big passion of mine. So yeah, if you do end up listening to any of the things, let me know what you think. And if you have any recommendations yourself, um, let me know. Oracular, spectacular, and congratulations. That's MGMT? Oh, sorry. I didn't even read the thing you said before. Sorry. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. So I'm glad you can relate a little bit. Oracular, spectacular is so good. And wait, I'm getting them confused. Is that the one that's the yellow album art? Me and Michael. Is it that album? I don't remember. Please refresh my memory. MGMT is really good. I haven't given them enough time to be honest. Like I haven't okay, let me clarify. I haven't spent enough time with them, but I do always enjoy my time with them when I do spend it. So that would be a good one for me to revisit. I think also Death Cab on the topic of like indie rock, indie music, that kind of genre, like the 2010s to 2015s, I think specifically, maybe even a little earlier, but like that vibe, you know? Death Cab for Cutie is coming out with a new album, which I think is gonna be fun. I don't think I've been like, with the program whenever a Death Cab album has come out, so that'll be exciting to actually participate in that. I haven't seen uh Death Cab for QB? Okay. I haven't seen Death Cab for Cutie live, but, they're on my list for sure. I did see Unknown Mortal Orchestra live a couple weeks ago, and it was super, super good. Okay, cool. What is your friend's, like, artist name? I'd be interested in looking into that, and where can it be listened to? Is that on, like, Bandcamp or something else? I do have, like, a couple friends in music, but, more of acquaintances, to be honest, but I know how, like, um actually, I don't have a complete thought, so I'm just gonna say I do have a couple friends in music too, and well, it's cool that you're plugging them, so. There's this other band that I recently encountered called, Fear of Making Out, and they're based in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. And they're cool, like, they're so little though, and they don't have very many monthly listeners, and I reached out to them on Instagram because I was like, "Wait, you guys are actually incredibly talented," and I heard one of their songs, like, it just kinda came up on a Discover playlist, and I, like, kept repeating it because I was driving and I didn't wanna lose it, and so I kept, like, hitting, like, back to beginning until I got to a place where I could, like, stop and check my phone. Because it was so good and it was called Greyhound, and then I messaged them on Instagram and they actually replied and they follow me back, and it was so cool, so, um, yeah, small artists need love. They need a lot of love. The Glowing Man. Okay, cool. I will keep that in mind. Also, yes, Swim and Sleep is so good, and that was the like, one of 2 songs that I just really wanted to see live. The other one was Nadia, and they did play that too, and so, um, yeah, that was, like it was just a good show, and they grooved also, like, I don't know if you're into musicians who, like, do a lot of, like, jamming and improvising. I feel like some people really like that and some people don't. I think King Gizzard's, like, kind of, like, super good at that, but actually Unknown Mortal Orchestra, they did a lot of that, like, and it was honestly kind of, like, hypnotizing. I would be like, "Okay, I know this song." I'm, like, dancing and I'm, like, kind of vibing, and then they would just, like, transcend time and space, and then when they would stop, it would feel like I was getting dropped. It was like it just, like, interrupted the vibe, and it was, I mean, obviously, they had to stop playing their song at some point, but it was, like, an awesome, awesome band to see live, so. Swing Low Magellan. Oh, okay. I actually don't know that one, so I should look that in. Look that in? I've been talking too much. I should look that up. It is spiritual, and literally, like, I was, like, rock climbing right before this, and I was telling my friend, like, seeing Blood Orange and, hearing them play Uncle Ace live and being so close to the stage, that was, like, a religious experience for real. It was insane. I can, like, close my eyes and be there again. It was so beautiful. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh, if you like bands who do, like, a lot of jamming and kind of, like, they just, like, transport you and, like, that like, the King Gizzard, like, type music, I think. Now, I don't listen to a ton of King Gizzard, my brother does, though, and so, by proxy, I guess I do a little bit, but I don't really have, the names of any of their stuff down by heart. Anyways, all that to say, Holy Wave is a recommendation I have if you like King Gizzard. I did see them live a couple years ago, and they were so good, and they were also, like, super, like, just jammy. They would do these, like, this synth stuff. I wish I had the vocabulary for it. I need to practice, but, just so cool, and they would just, like, take you on a journey, and yeah, it was just good. It was just so good. So, yeah. Oh my god, I was gonna stop at an hour, and that was 20 minutes ago, almost 30 minutes ago, and it's because we started talking about music. Uh, there's just so much to talk about, to be honest. There just is. There just is. I kind of I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like it's too abrupt, all red, all blue, and it's not super blended in here, and that's kind of bothering me, and I don't know what I'm gonna do about it. I think I'm gonna bring a little bit of the magenta into the red. And then I am actually gonna go because I don't think I can do this without eating dinner again. So Vincent Van Gogh, Coke, and Ad by Quell. Quell, yeah. I've heard of Quell. I haven't gotten too into them yet. Him, they, them, that, whatever. But yeah, thanks for that recommendation. I will check it out. There's a new album by Tricky that's coming out too. When that should be interesting. I love it when old timers that have just like been, sort of like well respected in the scene for so long when they release new music after a long time. I think it's just cool. It's cool to be a part of Typical Cats. So definitely heard of Quell. I haven't heard of Typical Cats, so I suppose I have a blind spot there. Thank you for the rec. I'll take a look. Take a listen. Maybe I'll just, you know, color everything pink, whatever. The sun is kind of going down too, so it is affecting my lighting. Thanks, Nathan. I appreciate that. Have you been making any animations lately or any projects that have been, taking up your time or any aspiring projects, future projects? Okay. It's nice that this part is liked. I don't know, it's just like it's not satisfying me quite yet, so we'll see. We'll see where we go. Oh, you know what else? Boards of Canada. They released a new album recently. That's kind of a big deal. I listened to the first half of it yesterday, and then well, to be honest, I was on the clock, so I had to stop and like help somebody. But I'm intending to listen to the other half. But that's super good. I don't remember what it's called though, but that is kind of a big deal. Also, where my room is in relation to the rest of my house, there's bird feeders kind of nearby out the window. Um, and so a lot of times you can hear birds chirping, usually earlier in the day. So when I filmed earlier in the day, like sometimes I just like keep the bird sounds in because it's just like, I don't know, it's just free ambient nature sounds, which is a really weird way of describing something normal, like a bird sound. I think I need to get offline. Yeah, there is. I mean, it's pretty recent. I think it's in the last week or 2 weeks that it came out. Kind of snuck up on me. I mean, I wasn't like super on, wasn't super paying attention to everything Boards of Canada. I know about them and I like them and I really respect them. And I have a couple of friends who I really care about who are super into them. So that's kind of why it was on my radar. But yeah, I think that first song they released as a single, I think that one's my favorite so far. The way I usually listen to music, especially new music or albums, is like I have to listen to them multiple times. Not necessarily in a row, but I feel like I don't really get it the first time typically. Um, it's just like not that much time to spend with a song, you know? I feel like I need to spend like 10 minutes with the song, whether it's like a 10-minute song or, a 3-minute song 3 times. Um, and then I feel like I can actually like, okay, I heard what they said and now I have like, an idea of what that meant. Especially with like just like in music there's so much happening, you've got the instrumentals and then sometimes there's vocals and I can't pay attention to everything at once. So that's why I have to do a lot of re-listens. I know people do that with movies. Um I can't really do that with movies. I just get bored. So yeah. Yeah. So the album I was talking about earlier, Baby by Dijon, that was like a super good example of like I had to listen to it a few times. Um the first song definitely grabbed me and I loved it. And then the rest, like, then there were like two more throughout that album that also grabbed me. And the rest, the rest were, I wouldn't say similar to each other, but like they had like maybe like a less strong narrative to follow. And so it took a little bit more effort for me to like listen and understand. And so after a few listens, and I like kind of knew what was coming. And I understood maybe just the themes a little bit more. I really, really, really fell in love with it. So, yeah. And I feel like sometimes when I have listened to an album and like it just has grabbed me from the get go, I feel like I get tired of it way faster, you know? Um, it's just not as, I don't know, maybe it's just like, for me, it feels like maybe like a dopamine overload and then it's gone. And it's like a sugar high and then a crash. Versus, like, something, like, a little bit more sustained, a little bit more, like, a little differential. It can just kinda keep you occupied a little longer. And you can come back to it more and not get tired of it, I think. Alright, so we're, you know, over an hour and a half, and I'm a little bit hungry and tired, and the light's getting a little bit dimmer, so I think I'm gonna call it here. We made a lot of progress, though. Let me just flip this over. So, oh, it's actually upside down. Okay, so yeah, it was all a dream. And I'm actually kind of liking it more now that it's not upside down. Um, yeah, so thank you all very much for hanging out with me and talking. It was really enjoyable. feel like every time I get on stream, I'm like kind of expecting the worst, and I'm always pleasantly surprised. So yeah, this was fun. So everybody have a like happy and safe and just like a pleasant time, pleasant evening. I will probably post a picture of this, say a few words, and then we will see you next time. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. I'm SB and I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, how do I end this? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, take care. Bye.